All right, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Good to see you. Big waves to you. Happy 2022. First Monday of the new year. Hey, Chris Doyle, my buddy, there in Jackson, Tennessee. Listen, I'm excited about this year, and I want to tell you. I know we always kind of say a few things about the coach's corner. It seems like because you guys mean so much to us. And it's funny, it's really interesting that we started up this thing. I've said this a million times, like during the pandemic, like we just got shut down in 2020 and we said, you know what, let's pick a word of the day. And then before I know it, we're went through 2020 and now we're went through 2021 and now we're starting 2022. You know, you never know what God's got in store for you. And so this coach's corner has been that for us. I know I'm speaking on behalf of Andrea and Myra that will Myra will be back with us rest tomorrow. So excited to have Andrea here today, and we're going to go over a word with you called improvement, because I think we all we all have things on our list for 2022, right? How many of you raise your hand or put a one in the comments if you're like, I know what I want to do in 2022. Like I know that one thing that's standing out. And I want to talk to you this morning really quick, both of us do, about improvement. If you look at the definition, it's a thing that makes something better or is better than something else. But here's the thing. Really, I came across this and I want you to think about this or write it down somewhere maybe. 1% daily improvement equals 100% certainty of future success. So if I'm doing that 1% daily, I'm creating 100% certainty that there's going to be future success in my life. Think about that. If you're doing 1% in your health every day, like you're eating right or you're exercising, like just 1% daily improvement. Well, by the end of 2022, it's 100% certainty that you're going to have future success in the way of your health, in the way of just more better physical, presence. So that's kind of where I wanted to go. And I had a couple of things I thought, how do we create improvement every day? Like how do we create that every day? And so I got a couple of them and I'm going to turn it to Andrea, but I want to focus on one. One kept standing out. Okay. But here's how we can create improvement every day. Number one, plan ahead. Like make plans. Right? Plan your work and then work your plan. Whatever that plan is. Number two, set goals. I'm going to come back to that really quick. Number three, accept challenges. Here's the thing about challenges. They get us out of our comfort zone. Challenges, I've got to speak this weekend. It's a challenge. It's outside of my comfort zone. I was somebody that as a kid was brought up to where I was pulled out of class for some learning complications. So anytime I step out on a stage, it's out of my comfort zone, right? Learn something new. Number four, learn something new. Is it a new language this year? Is it music? Is it cooking? Like, what is it? Let's learn something new. Number five, stop complaining. There's a book out, if you hadn't read it, called The No Complaining Rule by John Gordon. I'm going to give somebody that book at the end of the call, so stay around. Number six, practice mindfulness. Meditate. Find time for quiet time. I told you I'm going to move through these fast because I want to focus on one. Number seven, have a good laugh. Don't forget to laugh. Remember, this is all ways to create improvement every day. Find times to laugh during the day. And then the last one, limit your screen time. There's a lot of rabbit trails in social media, on TV that we can go down. Be mindful of that on a daily basis, of going down those rabbit trails. Limit your screen time. But I want to focus on setting goals, because everybody hears about setting goals for the new year, but I want to challenge you to do something. I want to challenge you to look at your short-term goals and your long-term goals, but look at them a little bit different. I want you to look at it like you're looking at two different viewpoints. One is a microscope viewpoint and one is a telescope viewpoint. Okay? And here's what I mean by that. Your microscope viewpoint is your short term. That's your daily action. Okay? What are you doing today to make the improvement you want to make in the area you want to make it in? What's the daily thing you're doing? Is it making more calls? Is it eating better? What are you going to eat? What's the daily little thing, microscopic, that we can focus on to win the day? And then the second thing is your telescope view. That's your vision. That keeps you on course. That's where you're going, right? That's your long-term view at the end of 2022. If I do these microscopic things every day, then this telescope view, I got to have that view because that keeps me on track, keeps me focused for where I want to go, right? That vision board we talk about. But I want to draw it back to one example, I'm sorry. Let's say that it's doing videos on social media every day. But at the end of the year, you want to create this massive brand for yourself. Well, see, the microscope view is holding yourself accountable that you're going to do a daily video on social media, right? Every day. Some days it's going to be tough, but you're doing it every day, that microscope view. But sometimes you got to step away from the microscope and get in the telescope and go, why am I doing this? Because I'm building a brand for myself. At the end of the year, I'm going to have a database of all these videos that I did, right? So that my brand is being met by the end of 2022. Just an example of that. You recreate that into your world, right? But Andrea, that's just kind of where I went with this morning with improvement. I'll turn it to you.
Well, I love it. That was a great message. And that's one of the things, one of mine on here is to find a mentor. So I'll talk about that for a second. I think that's one of the gifts from my mentor is I tend to be a microscope person. I like my little to-do list and just kind of keep my head down. And sometimes I can't see the big picture. So find a mentor that kind of works on the other side from you, because that can be really, really powerful. So thanks for that, Coach. So I'm going to continue. My quote that I found was strive for continuous improvement instead of perfection. And that's by Kim Collins. And there's somebody I know that has told me many, 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 many times that imperfect action is so much better than just sitting there waiting to be perfect, because there's no such thing. So take that action. So first thing that I said was learn to say no. And that's kind of crazy to think saying no would be an improvement. But I read an incredible book by Lisa TerKeurst, and it's called The Best Yes. And every time we say yes to something, we're saying no to something else. So, I don't know about you guys, but I can get caught up in a little bit of people pleasing and saying yes, 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 all over the place. But what I'm saying no to is the improvements that I need. I'm saying no to the things on my to-do list that are going to make me better. I'm saying no to time with my kids, maybe, or different things that I value, because I'm saying yes everywhere else. So learn to say no. 2, look to the future. So we can get stuck. I can get stuck looking at 2021, I guess, is the past now, right? And I can look at all the things that I did wrong last year. And instead of learning from that, I'm brooding on it, right? I'm soaking in it. So accept what's happened, learn from those lessons, and then look forward, move on. I already talked about getting a mentor. 4, eat healthy. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you saw last night, there's this cookbook. I'll tell you, I'm so excited about it because I want to put good food in my body. I want to have good fuel, and I want to do the same for my family. So if you feel yourself well, then your body's going to run at an optimal level so that you can go make those improvements, and then move it. Number 5, move that body. Every day that we make that decision to walk up and down the stairs or stand up every once every hour, or make it to the gym or go for a walk. It doesn't matter. It's just making the time, making the effort just to move your body, just at least a little bit every single day. Our bodies were designed to move. So let's move them. And then this is actually one of my goals for this year. And it's number 6 is get enough sleep. So if you're like me and love getting up early, I love that early morning where it's quiet and there's no one around. So there you got to peek into my personality when I can be alone in that peaceful, quiet time. But that has to come with the sacrifice of going to bed a little bit earlier, which can be somewhat of a struggle. So the goal, I don't know about you guys, my goal is 7 hours a night. I think I've met that goal like 4 times in the last year. So my goal for this year is to get those 7 hours in every single night, or at least a good chunk of them. And then lastly, drink enough water. Our bodies are made of water. So let's give it that good, clean, filtered water that we need. And I'll tell you my little tip for that is I fill up my water. I filter it, with our filter, but in a big 5-gallon jug. And then I fill up my bottles the night before. And I hate stuff on my counter. I hate it. I don't like clutter. So when I go downstairs, the first thing I see are these 4 big jars of water, and I just want them off. So the only way I can get them off the counter is to get them in my body. So the first one is before a cup of coffee. That's my bribe. I have to drink that before I get the coffee. And then I just reward myself throughout the day to get rid of it. And the goal is to get them all down by 6 o'clock so that my counter is clean before dinner time. So I love you guys. I'm so grateful to be improving with all of you each and every day here on the Coach's Corner. And I hope you have a great day.
Andrea, thanks so much. Thanks for the message. And listen, great numbers this morning, by the way. Great job. I'm going to give away a book. If you have never read The No Complaining Rule by John Gordon, it's a great read. It'll keep you focused on keeping the main thing, and positive energy flowing through your head, which we all need every day, right? With what the world throws at us. So here's what I want you to do. Let's type in to the chats or the comments over on Facebook, 2022, 2022, because this is going to be the year for you. 2022, there's going to be so many things that happen in your world that are so great in 2022 because the actions you're taking, because of the things you're doing, because of the life you're living, and because you're destined for greatness. We were put in this world to thrive, not to survive. And that's what you're going to do this year. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who we got, Andrea? Who's the winner?
We have Sandy McFarland. So
all
congratulations,
right,
Sandy. I need your address, lady.
Hot Springs, Arkansas, Sandy McFarland. Also to win one, you can go, listen, you can go share the video. Share this video, all right? It's over on my Facebook page, Brent Palmer Biz. On my business page, you'll see our Coach's Corner. It's always live stream. You share it out there today. We're going to give somebody a book that shares it. So love you guys. Grateful for you. Have a great Monday. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Awesome.